I was even thinking of having an ashtray on the table with the bourbon. I think that would look cool.
For sure. You ever smoke cigars?
I love cigars.
Yeah, I can get down with some cigars. I never got that big into them. I never had a chance, but I've had some good pairings with some bourbons.
Buffalo Trace got a fucking banging cigar.
I've heard actually. It's
it is
weird
so
that
smooth.
I've heard that, but I've heard that from two different people outside of you, so not three.
They age their leaves in bourbon barrels.
Yeah,
it's really smooth.
Genius motherfuckers. Welcome back to Systemanic, the show where we pick topics at random and we discuss how to get to the bottom of them. Today we have over a dozen topics, and I am Charles. This is Rothchild. Let's get into it. Oh man, I got a good feeling about this one. The trolley problem.
The trolley problem.
Holy shit. So the trolley problem is the ethical dilemma, rather, that you are faced with the option of pulling a lever. There is a train, heading toward 5 people.
Very busy road.
Indeed.
But popular.
Sorry, we'll edit that out.
Oh, no, leave it in. I want to know how popular we are.
The trolley problem is the ethic dilemma where you are faced with the option of saving 5 people and killing 1. Essentially, there is a train on a track, and you have the option of pulling a lever, diverting the train from the 5 people so it'll run over the 1. Would you do it?
I think it depends on the 5 people. It really does. I hate to sound that way, and it's so wrong.
Now you're inserting your person into it, like just generally, like humanly speaking.
Humanly speaking, you definitely go for the 1 versus the 5.
So, like, let's say you don't know the 5.
Yeah, if you don't know the 5, you're still gonna kill the 1 versus the 5.
Would you?
Yeah.
So you would actively make the decision to kill that 1 person, while then instead of passively making the decision to kill 5.
Yeah.
What if those 5 people are all organ donors? We don't know that, obviously. But what if they are? Like, how many organs could they get out of 5 people?
I mean, it's a good point, but I really don't care because 5 people. It comes down to the actual point of it. If I have the probability of saving 1 person or 5 are worth more than 1. Unless we're going to the topic of what do these 5 offer versus that 1 offer. To take the human aspect out of it is different than the moral aspect of it. What are they offering? Do I know them? Do I not know them? I would sooner save 5 unknown versus 1 known. If those 5 are all convicted murderers, yeah, bye. But if I don't know them, the 5 outweigh the 1.
Now you turn it into a moral thing. All right, okay. So now should we? Now should you pull the lever? It's no matter a question of would you, but should you? If you were to extrapolate this from 5 to 1 into let's say a billion to what would 20% or 20% of that be 100 million or whatever, you're 200 million, the math. Now you're actively killing or saving upwards of 700 800 million people. So if you were to extrapolate that from its tiny little beginnings and the levers and all this and your own big piece of it into a world, well, now you're just talking about nuclear war, actually, when I think about it.
It really comes down to a moral obligation. I feel kind of obligated to save 1 person or 5 people. It's an obligation. Although it's not directly my job to do it, I'm obligated to save 5.
But it would be your job to do because you are tasked with pulling that lever or not.
And I'm going to save those 5 people. Every time, no question. Unless, again, we're putting more into the aspect of what are they, who are they, and what do they bring. Again, if we're going by 5 different felons, murder convictions, so on and so forth, the things that aren't so very good, then no, I'm not going to save them. But for unknown versus unknown, we can't really have a...
Let's say you know nothing about them, but you can tell visually that the 1 person is like 90. You can tell they're on their last little leg, their last little journey of life, and then the other 5 people are very young. Would you still kill those 5 people? Or I'm sorry, kill the 1 person and save the 5? No, I said that backwards.
It was. I know what you mean though.
But yeah,
so
I went backwards
people,
on that.
If the 5 people were 90 years old, they're on their way out, kind of thing. And the 1 person was like a teenager or whatever, let's say early 20s. Hey, the 5 had a long life. They did their time. The 5 died in my book. And it's terrible to say it that way.
You know what? It is kind of like, I guess, subjectively terrible to say, but like, I would agree with that. I am largely of the opinion that if you're retirement age, you probably shouldn't vote, if I'm being completely honest, on most national crises, because you're going to be dead by the time those policies that you're voting for are going to impact us specifically, because you're going to be dead. So I would, yeah,
No, that's a good point. They don't. It doesn't matter to them. They live
no.
their best life. They've done their best time. It's time to let something a little more prosperous come through. And that's the beauty of it. Although it's a terrible decision to make, it's still beautiful in its own right.
Well, then the means justify the outcome, or the outcome justify the means, rather. Um, you're like, you could morally justify killing a bunch of old people to save a bunch of young people, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Japan do that?
I think different cultures, our old people are a little different than Japan's old people. I think with the whole societal standard nowadays, they don't, I hate to say it this way, but the wisdom isn't quite as extravagant as in this culture versus others. This is much more of a selfish
Yeah,
culture versus more,
myopic as fuck for
yeah,
sure.
we're
Like,
not giving. So in Japan or other countries where they actually respect and will listen to their elders and accept their wisdom, this is a country more of, they put them in nursing homes to die out. They don't care about them for the most part. They do their time, go away, locked away, bye. Japan, they actually honor their old people. They respect them. They'll listen to them. They'll actually ask their input. Here, they don't give a fuck about them.
circling back to the problem at hand, the trolley problem. What if you're the operator on the trolley? What do you hope the person in control of the lever does?
Fucking bike. I think the majority would always go for the 1 versus the 5. It's easier to digest one person than it is for 5, especially at face value with no input on who they are and what they are. I keep going back to the same topic of they could be 5 murder convictors, felons, but we don't know that. All we see is 5 people, 5 souls, 5 conscious minds, 5 people independently gonna die, or 1. I think the trolley problem is more of a philosophical thing based off on what is going to stop you from killing 5 people.
Yeah, honestly, it's an ethics dilemma, and one of my problems with ethics is just that, like, not that I'm super well versed in it, but it just seems to be like, how does this feel to you? Like, which option feels best to you? What ethics feel best? It's like, I subjectively, I guess, like, that matters, but how does it impact my life in the real world, in the objective world, in the whatever the objective world may be? But I think if I am the conductor of the trolley, I would also hope that the person hits that switch. I don't think I would question it. I would just be happy that they did, and then probably just turn around and stare at the floor, and then close my ears because you're going to hear something.
And that does circle back to the nuclear bomb concept too. We hear threats, this, that, and that. We're like, just do it already.
Yeah, we really are just kind of the one in the trolley there where we're just like, please, someone just press the fucking button or don't. Like, just get it over.
Anticipation is the worst part of it. The not knowing, the consistent when is it going to happen, the nonstop, like, okay, just fucking do it already. That's what sucks. If I see those 5 people coming on my road and my rails, but it's not going to fucking happen, that's torment. I'm stuck there forever in purgatory in my head. Oh my God, I'm killing 5 people. Nonstop.
So if it happens in a vacuum, so if there would be no consequences from killing 5 people or 1, do you still have a moral obligation or an ethical obligation to make the decision to kill the 1 and save the 5? Afterward, your life won't change. Their life won't change. They're just alive. It just is. It happens in the desert. They go back and they just work their kiosks or whatever, selling fireworks.
I think even in a vacuum, it really depends on that person. If they don't care, they're not going to really care. They're just going to close their eyes, and whatever the outcome, they're not going to know about it. Just do this here real quick. It's over. They don't know. I think it becomes more of an individual experience. If the person wants to create damage and cause harm, they're going to aim for the 5 regardless. But I think most people in a vacuum are going to just close their eyes and pretend it's not happening.
That's quite literally what people are doing right now. Like, they're just closing their eyes and pretending that, we're not in Iran because of the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, they're in Iran again because the Charlie Kirk assassination trial is going fucking haywire. It's not going anywhere. It's a complete train wreck, and they want to distract you from that. Pay attention to that. But if you just close your eyes, you're still making a decision to not act. You're still making a moral stance by saying, I am outside of this problem. I'm above this problem. I don't need to engage with saving the lives of 5 people or the life of one. I'm just going to keep my hands off it. That's still a decision.
I agree.
Sid Barrett, the former bassist of Pink Floyd, there was a story about him where he was laying on a bare mattress, bare stained mattress, no sheets, no nothing, in a shit dump flat, like a studio hotel in London or wherever it was they were living. And he was staring at the ceiling. And someone had walked in, whoever had walked in, and was like, what are you doing, man? He goes, I'm thinking about everything I can do. And as it turns out, I can do anything. The options are limitless right now, but the act of sitting here and trying to make that decision is in itself a choice. And therefore, I actually don't have a choice. I'm always in the act of making a choice. And I paraphrased in that there, but the act of not making a decision, or the act of not acting rather, is still a decision. Passivity is still a decision. And I think that's like at the end of the trolley problem, it's like you either do or you don't, right? They're both decisions, and you're still liable of killing people.
I think it's in a societal aspect of things. I'd rather somebody make a decision both ways. I don't care what decision making, make the decision. The ones that aren't doing shit, that's where the problem is. We know for certain what's happening around us. There are no decisions being made. The trolley problem is a phenomenal example of this because we have a decision, 5 or 1. Both decisions suck, but a decision has to be made. The motherfucker that's dangerous is the one that covers his eyes. It never happens. It still fucking happened. And that's the problem.
Because silence is violence. Is that what you're saying?
Silence is accepting. Silence gives them the ability to do whatever they want without any
silence
any
is
cause.
Complicity. I don't like slogans, and silence is violence is definitely a slogan. Slogans often come with some expected behaviors and some expected alignments and agendas, and just suffice to say that if you see a slogan out there, you're probably being manipulated. If you hear something that is so great it goes beautifully on a bumper sticker, it's not worth believing in.
No, it's a psyop. 100% a psyop.
And like, I like bumper stickers. They're fun, I guess. Just don't make your fucking belief systems off of it.
I like one's honk, I'm on a short bus. I like that one.
Short bus and a long jacket. Cake, man. Yeah.
Dude. But I do think that's the biggest issue. The ones that don't make a decision, the ones that just hope it goes away, the ones that don't want to initiate, either fight for or get the fuck out of the way.
Well, and the ones that don't do anything and have the power to are some of the most dangerous people. Right? Like, I would argue that they could, in certain scenarios, even be made to be more of a murderer than anything else. And I'll give you an example. If someone has the ability to get a life-saving drug through the patent office faster than it is currently taking. So for instance, say you have a new drug out there that'll cure cancer. It's ready to go right now. And you personally have the ability somehow, maybe you have connections, maybe you are the guy in the patent office. You have the ability to get it right out the door next week. You know damn well it's going to take 5 years though. And you just let the system play out. For 5 years, people are dying. Are you or are you not the murderer? That's the trolley problem. You either are or you're not pulling the trigger to get that through the patent office into doctors' offices to save lives sooner. Are you or are you not a murderer?
100%. You know, I never realized how deep of a question that actually is the trolley problem. Because as we're having this conversation, I'm realizing how applicable it is to everything that's happening around us. And on pen and paper, people just look at it like, well, it's 501, right? 501. But there's so much depth to that. even down to the pharmaceutical aspect. Yeah, you are a murderer. Yeah, you are taking money. Yes, you are doing it for the bad. And why are they doing it? Why are we allowing it? We know this. This is facts. Why?
We're not in control.
Control's given.
Sure is. From who? Because we don't have it.
No, we don't have it. We gave it to them.
Or they took it slowly over the course of a couple hundred years, a couple thousand years. I don't know who they is, but like, I'm not in control. Fairly certain you're not in control. No one we know is in control. We don't even have the ability to make the decision whether or not to pull the lever. We are simply a passenger on that trolley. Better yet, we might be the 5 people on the tracks. And someone, actually, now that I think about it, we literally are the 5 people on the tracks, and someone in an office somewhere with the ability to shoot a nuclear bomb is the one with the ability to pull the lever. And that trolley is the bomb.
I hate that. I really hate that. That fucking sucks, dude. I ain't gonna lie. That pisses me off. Because
It
again,
should. It fucking should piss you off. It should piss every one of you off.
and what's gonna change?
Absolutely. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to change. What I do know is you can't vote your way out of something you didn't vote your way into.
That's under the impression voting is real. And voting works.
So voting is strictly an illusion. Why do you think the Electoral College exists? The Electoral College is a fucking scapegoat to skirt around popular votes. Republicans haven't won a popular vote since Reagan. Let that sink in. 50 years almost. 50 fucking years. They haven't won a popular vote. They've only ever gotten in because of the Electoral College. And for like 30 years, it was just one after another. They would just undulate, and they'd be like, well, it's just a swing of the pendulum. You get a Republican for 8 years, you get a Democrat for 8 years. No, they're all the same fucking party. They're all working for the same fucking people. And
same money.
It's
same
not
people.
us. They give you the illusion of voting because if you think you can change their minds with a vote, you don't go out, and I don't go out to protest.
No, if you do that nowadays, you end up missing.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. These flock cameras going up, they just, scan for license plates and all these things. Actually, there is a growing, and I love this so much, there is a growing number of instances where some very bad no-gooders, very bad people, very, very bad people, are cutting these flock cameras down. And there's also, so they're putting these things up in weird places, by the way. There's one in Ocala, there's a shooting range in Ocala, and they have a flock camera facing the shooting range, the shooting alleys.
Oh,
if these are strictly for reading license plates, why the fuck are they looking at, I'll tell you what they're doing. They're looking to see who's the opposition.
Who owns the guns? Who has all these things? So wait, these really bad people are cutting these cameras down?
Yeah.
That is, don't do that.
Yeah.
Definitely not go out there, take these cameras down, because that would be really, really bad. And we don't want that.
Very, very bad. No good. Horrible news.
Terrible. Definitely no Ocala shooting ranges and Walmarts and Home Depots. Don't go there.
Oh my God. The Home Depot ones scare me the most, honestly.
They're so low.
They're low because they're right at the same level as the fucking driver's seat of a truck. So they see who's driving in. Not only do they see who's driving in, they're not even... Okay, so these are supposed to be for reading license plates, which means whatever direction you are heading, it will be on the right side of the road. If it's on the left side of the road facing the other way, it's to read faces of the people driving the fucking trucks pulling into Home Depot. And these, by the way, at least in this area, wherever we may be in Alaska, went up right around the time that the deportation started. Right around the time that ICE was using fucking U-Haul and Penske trucks to go out and do these. By the way, I love when both those companies were just like, hey, can you please stop doing this? We're not particularly keen on this. Can you just stop doing this, guys, with our trucks? But yeah, man, those fucking flock cameras at Home Depot just get under my skin so much. Well, everywhere, but
dude, everything is so monetized and data printed. If you pick up your phone right now and reads your face, you put an earbud in. Apple has a patent for EGG systems in their AirPods. That's a legitimate patent. That is to read brainwaves, if you didn't know what EGG is.
You say patent or petin?
I didn't say anything at all. That's a trolley problem. Back to the trolley problem.
The thing is, That's a real thing.
It's a very real thing.
That's a real thing. And a certain country is now in charge of, our greatest ally is now in charge of making Apple's chips for the i17 moving forward. The same guys who are very good with some types of explosives that fit in things like microchips. I don't know if they fit in microchips specifically, but they fit like in the devices the microchips are in. They're not afraid to use it. So
we really love them. They're our greatest allies. They have our back 100%.
Yeah, they absolutely have our back. They fucking know our back 100%. We don't know shit about them.
They know my back more than I do. Trolley. So back to the trolley thing. Who do you think it impacts the most in that process? Because now we're going more
not the dead one.
Not dead. Yeah, not the dead one.
You literally cannot be impacted after you've died.
So after it's all said and done, and that decision is made, let's just go with the decision that the one person died.
Okay.
The driver's hurt. The 5 people are hurt. Although they are hurt, they are damaged, and this is a traumatizing event for them. What difference does it make?
So, in the lives of the survivors, you mean?
No, in the generalization of society.
Well, in order to answer that, we would have to know who those people were, probably. And I think that gets a little granular and kind of skirts around the meaning of the dilemma. Unless...
No, let me make this easy for you.
Yeah.
There is a big black rock on that trolley.
Okay. So there's nothing on there.
No, it's black, owned by BlackRock.
Oh, BlackRock.
Yeah, owned by BlackRock, right?
I thought you said there's a big BlackRock.
No. It's owned by BlackRock. And this trolley is there.
They will probably find a way to make another trolley and kill the 6th person. Honestly. They'll do it by way of home inequity and wealth inequality and mercenaries.
So the point with that would be is now we see it. We know about it.
Does anyone else know we're there to pull the lever?
For the sake of this, no. We're going to say no.
I hate to say this. I hate to say this.
It's a little more fun now, isn't it?
It is a greater than 0 chance that I let those 5 people die in the name of damaging BlackRock. The needs of the many, you know. Ooh, God, that
isn't that like the CEO
icky.
thing? You know, when
that is icky.
Like, again, these people are so dehumanized. They're not human anymore.
No, they're not.
Do we have that same moral and ethics obligation to these people? 5 trillion heads on a trolley versus 1 poor schlub. Who are you saving? I'm saving that 1 poor schlub. Fuck the trillionaires.
Okay, I see. I misunderstood the question.
I might have worded it wrong. I'm a little special.
No, I misunderstood the question for sure. So I thought you were meaning the trolley is owned by BlackRock, and the 5 people are just 5 people. They're just civilians or whatever. And for PR reasons, it would look very bad if the BlackRock owned trolley cut up a bunch of people instead of just 1 person. So in that regard, I would sacrifice the 5 civilians in order to damage their reputation. I say this as if like I might actually do it. I have no idea. If presented with the option, I have like legitimately no idea what I would do. So, but I feel like I would lean toward that. I
think most would.
If it is like some Epstein class people on that very, very hypothetical.
Very hypothetical. Don't worry about it.
Very hypothetical. Train track. I mean, that. Not only would I know that what I was not doing was for the betterment of humanity, I might actually bring popcorn from home. Better yet, I would bring corn dogs. You know why?
Why corn dogs? Not cream cheese.
No, because you can't dip cream cheese in the blood of your enemies.
I think more pizza.
I was thinking ketchup.
I was going.
Tastes like shit.
Tastes like pedophiles.
PDFs, man.
I was going more of the pizza for Epstein.
No, I know. I just really had to drive my point home.
To be fair, I did word that wrong because I did say the train was owned by BlackRock. I did word it wrong. I think I'm sitting on my tail too hard right now, and it's getting me a little kerfuffled.
Yeah, how are your udders feeling?
Dude, honestly, hanging low.
You're not sweating as much anymore.
I feel like I am. I feel like I look like I can have a shower. I think I've seen better days.
I've seen better days.
I don't feel very cute, not gonna lie. But you know what? We'll continue.
That was very moving point.
I'm utterly tired of this shit.
I wish I could remember what I was about to say. My memory is spotty at best.
This joke's getting milked for all it's worth right now.
You're a cow.
You would have got some real fucking beef right now.
You need some milk. I got nothing.
Oh, shit. So I think that concludes our trolley problem.